Welcome to the online teaching today on the 7th of July, 2024. We've been doing this for years, and we do it to fill our own tank and hopefully help fill yours as well. Nadia, I can't see people, I can just see, there, now I see you. Okay. Okay. What we're going to do today is we're going to, as we always do, we're going to talk together, share. And so I want to introduce you to the people who are coming together today, the grandmothers that are coming together today. So we have Jenny. Jenny, you want to say hi?
Hi.
Jenny's from Durango, Colorado. And we have Peggy Huddleston. Peg?
Hi. Alabama.
Yeah, Peggy's from Alabama. And we have Levon. Levon's from Southern California. And of course, Nadia from Belgium. And Catherine from Northern California. And Oriel, I think you're from Saskatchewan in Canada. Is that it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So we're going to talk today, and we're going to talk particularly about this last message from the grandmothers, because it's so timely, as they always are. And as we share about this message, we want you to think about it too, about how you can use it to support yourself, how it can feed you as well. And also, if you don't get these messages, just write us and let us know, and we'll add you to, or you can go on to the website, netoflight.org, and add yourself to the contact list. And that way you'll get the latest messages. They put out a message maybe roughly around every 3 weeks. That's just how it happens. Anyway, so I've got this on my little computer board here, and I'm going to read it to you. Grandmothers, I said, the news for the past few days has been sobering. Everything in the world is being shaken up, threatened, and changed. I know the most important thing I can do at a time like this is to stay focused within, to stay focused on my oneness with you, grandmothers. Please show me how to stay tuned like this at a time of upheaval, because this is a time of upheaval on earth. Help me do this, I asked, no matter what. Yes, the grandmothers cried. We will show you. First, they said, turn away from the latest distractions and come home. And they nodded their heads, beckoning to me. Always home. Be like a magnet, magnetized by love, magnetized by God, magnetized by the one love. Return to that home place over and over again, they said. Be a beacon of light, steady, grounded, broadcasting light. Be that, they said. Live that. Think of and see yourself as one with the net of light. See yourself filled with light. Filled to the point where light pours off you and radiates into the world. You are a well-wisher, a blesser of everyone and everything that crosses your path. Be that, they cried. Live like that, and pay attention to how this stance of power supports you. Notice how taking this stance in the world supports and upholds you. And think often of us, the grandmother said. Think of the divine in any of its magnificent forms. And once you have, think also of the family of light. Think of one another. the family of light of which you are a part. You are one of a family of well-wishers, a family of beacons on earth. You have work to do, they smiled, and you were born to do it. Before you came into this world, you asked for a job of great import. You asked to contribute to the uplift of life on earth. You asked, they said, and this is it. This is your job, to stand steady in light and in this hour of need, broadcast the goodness and holding power of the light and love. You are not here to collapse into the drama of the hour. You are not here to fall into fear, anger, and grief. No, they cried. You are here as a beacon, powerful, radiant. You are a beacon. Many will experience the power of your light, they said. And when they do, they too will turn to the light. As they recognize it, they will open to its presence within themselves. Many will be drawn to this work of anchoring light here on earth, anchoring it right here, right now. And as they spoke, the grandmothers suddenly thrust their hands down to the earth. I watched them, and then I understood. They will work through us. They will hold the light as it shines through us. And as we work together, the grandmothers will hold us steady. Fasten yourself to us, they said at last. Fasten yourself to the great being we promise you that you are. You are one with us, and we will do this work with you. You will not fail. It is impossible for you to fail. You were born for this. I just want to remind you that the grandmothers never say anything unless it is true. You've just heard them speak to you, to speak the truth to you. And just notice for a minute how that feels inside you. How does your body feel? How's your breath? Are you breathing? Let yourself breathe. How do you feel? If you can, say yes to what you just received. And in that way, they can hold you more fully, support you even more, because you open yourself to being supported. These are the times we were born for. They are not easy, but the grandmothers say, you stood in line to be here now. There's never been a time like this. And we are here, and we are beacons. So
Beautiful.
I'd like to throw this open now to everybody.
Did you want me to do the net of light meditation?
Oh, for goodness sake, yes. Please do. Yes, Catherine's going to lead us in the net of light. So that everything we do goes deeper and further.
Yeah. So, so if you feel comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes. I'm going to do that. So what I'd like you to imagine in our vast universe, that there is a net of light, a web, sometimes known as Indra's net. Beautiful. So I think of it as a fishing net, sometimes as a hammock that I can rest in. Imagine this net of light that holds this very precious earth and extends into the earth, into the deepest core, and out to the heavens and the galaxies. And I'd like you to imagine your place on the net. Everyone belongs. Everyone has a place. Imagine your place on the net. And in this place, imagine light streaming into you. Love and light and goodness filling you with radiant, great energy. This is the light of love and joy and peace and harmony. And I invite you to fill your tank, fill yourself filled with this beautiful energy, and know that this energy goes to all the elements: earth, wind, fire, the waters, the ethers. This is energy known by all the great divine beings, however you perceive the divine, and connects you to the grandmothers, to the land, to each other, connecting, always connecting. We're always connected. And then I'd like you to imagine those situations, those people, those loved ones that are in your heart, those situations, places that need healing touch, that need love, that need forgiveness, that need beauty and joy and harmony. And imagine yourself beaming those beautiful energies to those people in your family, in your community, in the greater community, far beyond us. And imagine those special places that in nature, in wilderness, in cities, in homes that need to receive special attention. And imagine that you can transmit those energies. And feel the way this energy, this net of light energy, circulates within your body, to the earth, to your community, to your family, to this great grid, this beautiful worldwide community that we're part of. And feel yourself the beacon that Sharon mentioned. Feel yourself a beacon of light that can hold steady during these times when there's trouble and fear and things in our external worlds. Connect deeply to this net and hold strong as we weave together beauty and strength to support all the earth, all its creatures, all its life forms at this time. And then come back to yourself and the room and your breath. And thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Beautiful. So each of us is a beacon of light. And whether you know that or not, it's true. And you're planted right where you're supposed to be planted. And everywhere you go, you carry this light. And so let's share now together what it's like for you right now, being a beacon, as the grandmothers say, in these difficult times. How are you doing? What's working for you? Maybe what's not working? We'll spend a little time because we're humans also. We are divine and we are beacons of light, and we live in a human world, which is full of good and bad, up and down, black and white. It's all here. And this is where we live. So how are you doing, beacons?
I'll start. So I'm going to kind of go back to the message that you read that just came out. And for me, I really sat with what home means and what that word of coming back to home and means. And I really strongly felt the net of light as well as my heart and the heartbeat that I bring uniquely to the planet, to every person that I come in contact with. And so I really focused on, coming to my heart, coming to my heart, coming to my heart. And it's easier for me when I am able to come to my heart when chaos seems to be underfoot. And it's not always easy. I know I definitely have my own trials, and as does everyone. And so I find that nature nurtures my soul, and I, either garden or walk, and I be the blessing as I walk through the world. And that's the best that I can do every day.
Thanks, Lavon.
I was thinking the line that said, fasten yourself to us. But I was thinking about fastening the seatbelt. And when we do that, I feel held and safe and secure. And my home, my grounding is going to the woods and being with the trees. And I learned so much from them, just seeing the cycles and seeing how they've survived. Some of the junipers here in the Southwest are like 500 years old, and they're still standing and still magnificent. And so that gives us hope, that we will endure. We have resilience. Bad winds will come, but if we're anchored in something solid, which we are with precious Mother Earth, that we're continually nourished and held despite the winds of change. But when we can really stay grounded and trust the process and be patient, and it's hard, it is, but they're wonderful examples of how to endure.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you. What else are you learning? Oriole, did you want to speak?
Yeah. For me, what's come up is the wonderful teaching of the grandmothers that there's a song for everything. And the power of melody is such an incredible, even in our brains, it lights up 3 areas, whereas if we just speak something, we only get one little part of the brain to get active. But when we sing, everything gets enlivened. It's like music to our brains is like air to our lungs. And it's a way to express these feelings that rise up of fear or happiness, either way, joy and grief. It's always a mixed, but I'm really finding like a melodic mantra, for instance, like the grandmothers and you, Sharon, when you were in Latvia, sang to that well. Water, we love you. Water, we love you. And the water ran faster. Whenever I hear that song, I immediately get lifted. Oh, how we love you. And I know it's the grandmother's voice singing, and it just takes me up on a wave, which is what melody does. Words just kind of go like that. But a melody has a wave, and because of that, it moves forever. So when we affirm life, it goes on and on. And that's how I survive, is with these little melodic mantras of I am safe. The world is unfolding as it should, whatever, and put a tune to it. This is my medicine. And
Wow.
and I don't always sound great, I would say. It isn't about having an uncroaky, well-tuned voice. It's just about getting a wave of love happening.
Wow. Thank you, Ariel. I love that. Catching a wave. Yeah. Yeah, and we have all those songs on the website, netoflight.org. So you can just go to the songs and they're guaranteed to lift you. And some of them we're singing, so you will recognize that not all of us have these fabulous voices. Some do and some don't.
Yeah,
Thank
not
you.
important.
Well, I would like to share because I had a very profound realization. I think it got started from what you read, Sharon, and then it got intensified from the Net of Light meditation that Catherine did. And I've had a lot of imagery that I just want to tell you about because it speaks something to me that I really hadn't had a firm grasp of, I think, until today. So my husband, just a little bit of context, my husband and I used to live on a sailboat and we did extensive ocean sailing. And you can't be on a large body of water and not have storms come up. If you're going to cross an ocean, you will have storms. And the first few major storms that we encountered, I couldn't even be terrified because all of my energy was just trying to do my part to manage the boat. We knew what general direction we were headed, but even if we were within sight of land or there was a lighthouse, there was a beacon there, at times you'd be down in the trough of a wave. You couldn't see anything but waves and roiling and sea spray, and it would be you could not keep a firm perspective on where exactly the land is. And when we would get closer to a coastline, and one of us, Bill or I, would have the binocs and where is the lighthouse? Where is the lighthouse? Or where is a beacon of some sort? And it would be thrilling because it's like, okay, well, we're not lost at sea. We're here. We're making it. So the kind of swap up that happened, the transition that happened in my imagery and my old memories of sailing, we are just tasked with being the lighthouses on the land. We're not the ships at sea. We can be beacons and hold steady on a firm foundation. And that's the tool that the grandmothers have given us. And I think what probably got the kind of the whole ball rolling was that message that Sharon downloaded. I too, Jenny, had some of the drawing to the fasten yourself. But the other phrases, come home, magnetic, and to me that sorry, and fasten. And I got this flash of a true north. Where is your true north? And we've spoken of that true north being in our heart center. I think we're wired for that. We've grown into that, and that is home. And so I think the great leap for me today was saying, yes, can I hold steady now? Because sometimes it doesn't feel that steady. There's a lot of turmoil in our country, in our personal lives, all over the world. And yet, can we hold steady? Yes, we can. We do have that foundation. And whether we're aware of it or not, I think people do look to us in some way on an unconscious level, maybe, probably. But there's a something within us that calls of being steady and home and true north. And so that just, it kind of thrills me to think about it. So I wanted to share that.
Wow. Thank you,
Yeah.
Peg. Thank you.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, I had I had connections with everything people said. I'm about to visit Mexico with my family, and I was playing Mexican music from a musician that I had gotten a CD from years ago. And so I was kind of dancing and moving and singing, and a lot of feelings came up. Some grief and joy, but yes, but I was thinking, oh, when I'm there, I need to dance. I need to dance, and I want to sing. I want to, maybe I'll do karaoke with my son who loves it. And in terms of what's helped me recently, and there's illness in the family, issues with addiction. There's some big deaths that recently happened to people that and actually a horse that I care very much for. And two things that happened this last week that have helped me. One is I read a book that said that the first flower was 140 million years ago. And so since that time, the earth has known how to regenerate and care for itself and transform. It was just such a relief to hear that. And as a species, they talk about the 2 million-year-old man. We're so young. We are so young. But the earth knows. So that was helpful. And another thing that was helpful, we've had extreme heat here. And where I live, it's very hard to cool our homes down with my neighbors. And about 11 o'clock at night, I heard several of my neighbors out on the driveway talking, and we went out and sat around in a circle, and I got to know my neighbors better, and we need each other. We need to remember that we're connected, that we're not isolated. We're connected to the divine. We're connected to each other. We need to ask for help and support, and it spawned some ideas. Anyway, it was a very, very helpful with all the political and family and other things going on, ecological things going on.
Wow. How lovely. I'm sitting here and I'm listening to each of you and learning more and appreciating more, and feel this connection with you, the connection with the Net of Light, and with all of you who are silently on this gathering here, feeling it all. So beautiful. Is anything else coming up in you that you'd like to share? We have more time if we want to take it. So if there's anything else coming up, let's use it for that. Yeah, Levon?
I just wanted to reflect because song has been moving through me as well. That number one. Also, it seemed like the lines that popped out of the reading in the messaging from the grandmother. I too was very much connected to the fasten the seatbelt, and the magnet. I got this really strong feeling of being the magnet and what a magnet does when something gets close to it and how it draws to it. So I kept like envisioning myself as the light magnet that draws all the light and love, and then pulling that apart, and then drawing all the light and love and pulling it apart. So I've been playing with that for a week. So just a little fun side note.
Thank you.
So that's all, a little fun note.
Did Nadja want to contribute anything?
So feel feel yourself right now. Feel the way you're breathing in your heart and just your body, how it feels, how soft it feels, or how hard it feels, or how straight it feels, or how wide it feels. Some things in you may be opening in your mind and in your feeling nature. New thoughts may come. Just notice how you're feeling. How do you feel right now? I'm feeling like Catherine said, I want to dance.
Right. I feel like a bringer of good, as part of what the message was, I believe, is seeing that we have just our very presence is really a balm for the earth, a balm for the net, for each other, for ourselves. I think, was this message also the one that said we can't go wrong, we can't do wrong? Which I really, really need to hear a lot.
That's right. It's impossible to fail. You cannot fail. Think about it. You are one with the net of light. You are one with the grandmothers and all forms of the divine. You live, breathe, eat, sleep that always. That it's not possible for you to fail.
I'd like to share, I think when we can have that curiosity and get in close, like, well, I use my phone a lot to take pictures and I zoom in. And when you look so closely, I think nature wants us to have that deep connection and it responds. So in the winter, when the sun's coming in the east window and it's still cold, but there's frost. And then I've again with my camera zooming in, and I could almost, I know that water in that form changes and it's kind of like, oh, I'm in the spotlight. Let me really do my thing. And it's kind of a magical calling forth, like that magnetizing, like nature wants us to be that close and appreciative, and then it responds. It's a very mutually satisfying experience. But we have to slow down, right? We have to really look deeply and like look into the center of the flower and the stamens and the, just taking that time. I think that supports Mother Earth.
And it supports us.
Definitely. Makes us sing.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So Jenny, is there a song, one of the grandmother songs that's coming to mind that you might want to sing?
Well, yeah, I like the May the love we're sharing spread its wings, fly across the earth and bring new life, new hope, new joy to everything that is alive.
May all the beings in all the worlds be happy. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy. Now you sing the other line. May the love,
The first one.
may the love we're sharing
May the love we're sharing spread its wings, fly across the earth and bring new joy to everything.
that is
And lucky we're
alive.
losing the words.
That is alive. Yeah, yeah. That is
And
our
everything
desire.
is alive, right? The rocks, they were once trees. Come on, it looks like it's inert, but it's alive. We're recycled. We're stardust. Yeah.
Mm.
Stardust learning to speak Earth,
Yeah.
the new
We
language.
are one in the spirit. We are one in the love. We are one in the spirit. We are one in the love. And we know that our unity can never be destroyed. For we know we're love's children by our love, by our love. Yes, we know that we're love's children by our love. Yeah, that's how we know each other. That's how we spot each other, by the love. By the love we naturally are sharing. You know, the grandmothers say that, what were their words? Well, the beacon, we are well-wishers. We are blessing everyone and everything that comes into our view. And what better way is there to live than that? Just loving, saying yes to life, saying yes to one another. That doesn't mean being a dope or being a fool. You know, sometimes you have to say no to certain things, but basically saying yes, heart to that heart of the next one. So I think on this note, let me just look at that one more time. Okay, I'm going to read the very end of, oh, thank you. I'm going to read the very end of what the grandmothers say, and then we're going to stop for today.
Sharon, before you do that, can I just share one little tidbit?
Yes, yes.
Thinking about, we've been talking about the heart, and I've been studying up on the energy between horses and humans. And anyway, the gist of it is our hearts emit much more electrical energy and a very large radius than our heads do. I mean, there is mental activity that is transmitted between species and each other, but it's the hearts that's where, that's where the the energy transmission is. So
And all of us know that. All of us know that.
Yeah,
You know,
but I like the
yeah.
little scientific
Yes, thank
proof
you.
of it. Yeah.
It's good. It's good. Thank you for
Yeah,
that.
it helps my doubting brain.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Anybody else have anything you want to add that's coming up that wants to be said or sung? Okay. So again, here's that favorite part for a lot of you that you like. Fasten yourself to us, the grandmother said. Fasten yourself to the great being we promise you that you are. You are one with us, and we will do this work with you, they said. You will not fail. It is impossible for you to fail. You were born for this. Be the beacon you were born to be. So If you want to know more about this, go to the website, netoflight.org, and you can go back and listen to this again if you want to, watch it again. And we have all the grandmother's messages archived there. We have the songs, we have interviews, we have videos. It's rich. We keep that website loaded so that people who cannot find a group near them can get everything they need from the website. So use it, use it. And please unify with us for the next week, Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, the 15th through the 17th of July. We have a gathering in Northern California. People are coming in from everywhere, and we'll be working intensively with the Net of Light for ourselves and for all beings. So thank you from our hearts to yours.